Welcome back, ladies and gents, boys and girls, and everything in between. Does not matter to me. I really don't care. Today, what we're looking at is, these are my Justins. Again, I told you in a previous video that I was going to clean them up, make them look nice and pretty, yada, yada, yada. Almost wear them as a dress boot. So, my own personal standpoint is, again, extremely, utilitarian. Use them for what they are, okay? And I translate that very much into my own personal cleaning technique. This is not something that I looked up. It's not something that I learned. It's just something that I have done and that I continue to do. So first thing first, take the laces out of your boot. I've already got a head start on that. Nobody wants to watch a man unlace some boots. So laces out of the boot. And then we have this little doohickey thing, majigger that I really don't even know what the purpose of it is, but it just kind of looks nice on the boot. The little dangle to the dobble, that little thing right there. We will treat that, but first things first. Again, utilitarian, use what you got around your house. What I personally use are baby wipes. Let's get the crud and sort of kind of knock off the nastiness, like the garbage and the junk that's on your boot. Okay, this is not a super detailed, and that was 2 wipes, and we're already knocking some crap off, right? So again, just sort of kind of give it a nice once over. Make sure that you get the toe and along what I'm told is the welt. Again, this is just based on boot shopping. Just sort of kind of it's not even really washing the leather. It's just a surface scrub, as it were, right? We're just getting the surface of the crap off, or the crap off of the surface of your boot. That does include the quote-unquote welt. I'm not sure if I'm using that term correctly, but I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because pretty much from here up is covered by your pants. At least it should be. If that's covered by your pants, then you're not really getting into all that dirty. So you just do a real quick wipe down. Get into the eyelets, like make sure that you're getting in between here, especially down here on the lower aspect, lower part of it. Just, get in here to the tongue, make sure there's no crud. Sorry. Make sure that there's no crud, like that. That's crud, if you can't see that. There's crud in there. So you just pick it out, make sure you wipe it down, make sure you get all that out of there. Do the same on the other side. Wipe it down, get all the crud out of there, right? Okay. That boot is what I would consider pretty well wiped down. Again, the coloration of this looks pretty sharp, when it's wet or when it looks relatively clean. That's a sharp looking boot. By contrast, well, no, we're not going to do that yet. All right, so the next thing is to use, what I personally use is Neat's foot oil. You can read that, awesome. If you can't, I can't either. So I spilled some earlier, but we're going to apply this generously. When I say generously, I mean just slather it on there. I'm not super scientific about this. It's just giving this skin, this leather, a moisturization. So we are, again, just applying a moisturization to the leather, making sure we pay attention to the eyelets, making sure anything that's light is a high wear area. So you really want to make sure you get into those areas. Pay special attention to those areas, and that will increase the longevity of your leather. Toe box, really getting in there, making sure that we get everything included. We spin the boot, really get in there. So I'm going to reapply some more. I'm actually going to flip this inside out. Let it settle, and now we continue to apply. Even coating be damned, we're not really, again, this is utilitarian. I'm not in the military, never was. Dad was. He spent hours polishing his boots per uniform spec, yada, yada, yada. That's all well and good. That's not what I'm after. That's not what I'm doing. I'm literally just applying some sort of moisturization to my boot to ensure that the longevity of the leather is preserved. Again, paying special attention to the eyelets. Anywhere where it looks light, again, that's high wear area. We're just trying to make sure that we get good penetration by the oil so that they don't become pinch points, they don't become thin, they don't become overworn. Let me get this little pull-on thingamabobber here, and just generally oil the boot. Okay, start to finish, this thing looks a heck of a lot cleaner and a heck of a lot better. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to pay attention into the eyelets and the gussets here, along with the tongue. Make sure that we oil this up as well. Really just getting in there, making sure you've got it pretty well squared away. Okay, that is my boot care. The significant difference from the beginning to the finish. What I personally do is I let them set and air dry. Okay, that way that I know that I'm not applying heat, I'm not intentionally drying it out. Now, on to what I'll call the gizzard of the boot. I genuinely don't know what to call this. If you guys know, leave it in the comments below. But we're gonna wipe down the gizzard too. We're gonna make sure that it's got it gets the same amount of care as the boot itself. Again, this is more of a, in my mind, I'm sure it serves a purpose. I'm just not like this little thing. I really don't think it serves a purpose. I think it's just more for looks. I've done a little bit of research on it, and based on my research, like it's supposed to protect the tongue, but it only covers like that much of the boot. That's not the tongue. Like that's just a little piece, a little floppy dangle majigger. So again, I don't recall what it's called, and in this instance, it's really not all that important. But if you guys know, let me know in the comments. Again, we're just trying to make sure that we've got it to where it's not going to crack, it's not going to dry, it's not going to, just wither away. Okay, so that, boys and girls, ladies and gents, is how I clean my boots. This boot is ready to be dried. It's ready to just let it do its thing. And at the end of the day, once it's dried, once it's absorbed all this oil, then it maintains, again, the integrity of the leather, number one. Number two, it also looks a lot cleaner and a lot better than when we first started. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to, knock me on it. Like, this is, again, a very utilitarian. Like, I'm only cleaning it with what I have, where I am, and I'm just trying to make it look better than it did 10 minutes ago, okay? So 10 minutes per boot, 20 minutes done, let it dry, and you're ready to rock. So I have already done my other boot. Again, in my mind, this looks sharp, it looks clean, it looks obviously worn, but it looks like a dress boot, a well-worn dress boot nonetheless, right? So that's the purpose of this cleaning. So appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about my process. Let me know what your process is. Again, this is not a boot channel by any means, but I wear boots all day, every day. So I guess in a respect, it is a boot channel. Anyhow, appreciate you guys watching. Catch you in the next one. Oh, bye-bye.